Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are in our first battle between Clan Infinity and Legendary, and we are going to start off this evening with Infinity's Zergling on the right-hand side, and his opponent is going to be LastMarine from Legendary Guild. Looks like we have a ZVZ. Interesting that the LastMarine would be a Zerg. Wasn't really expecting that when I first saw it. But Zerg versus Zerg is always a great matchup, and we will be excited to see the action that starts off probably pretty early even on this matchup. Both players going with a common build, getting their overlords first, nothing cheesy, no extractor tricks, just going straight up play to begin with. Yes, everyone is just as confused as I am on that. But he obviously knows what he's doing. He's probably a much better player than I am. Terran or Zerg. Of course, that's not saying very much. And we do have LastMarine floating about. You do see that pretty often where they float a little bit one way and then go the other. They want to try to give the appearance that they're at a different location. And so he is floating across, making Zergling think that he's in the south base. Zergling does get a very fast hatchery, while at the same time we do have a gas going up for LastMarine. And his spawning pool has already gone up. No spawning pool as of yet, but the extractor has gone up for Zergling. And hatchery's about halfway done for Zergling, and at the same time, the spawning pool is almost complete, about 90% done. Spawning pool has been started for Zergling as well, too. More drones still coming out. If we take a look at the income tab, both have the same amount of harvesters. They are both harvesting up as quickly as they can, although LastMarine is going to be the first to get his queen out. So pretty standard so far. He's also getting a baneling less, so he's going to go try to pretty quickly get the lead and take as many of the Zerglings out as he can. We see he's already producing 8 sets of Zerglings. There's 6, and this will be the 8th here. Both are getting speed, but a good counter by Zergling. He is going for the Roach Warren. Roaches do shrug off baneling acid. Actually, they may eat it, because then they just spit it back out again. And Zergling is going to see those. And LastMarine does decide to pull out. No, he does. He's just going to sit back. Oh, and there he goes with the banelings. Still no queen on the bottom base. We do have one on the top base. And he does have Zerglings coming out to greet them, but whenever those banelings do come out, though, that may be a different story. He may be having to run those pretty quickly. Roach Warren is finished, though. And he does see the banelings. Let's see how fast he gets those roaches up. Yes, he does have 2 roaches on their way. He's got to be careful, though. These banelings can kill those. No, he does try to take out the queen. Fortunately, not very much there. Not sure about that one. I didn't get a good look at it to see where all those banelings hit, but it doesn't appear that he lost a lot of... Oop, wrong one, sorry. No, 6 workers were lost. So,
right now,
pretty effective as far as that goes.
The sound issues. Show it's current now. Let's see if there we go. Perfect. I could hear myself. All right. So any of the sound issues we had are fixed. My apologies for that, folks. We had some sound issues there, and for some reason the stream wasn't loading quite right. But we are back. We are going to be moving into our next. It's going to be a quarterfinals match between Sour Apples and Pandora. And as soon as we get everything taken care of, we will start this. It's going to be on a map you don't see too often in our CIG tournaments. We are trying to mix it up and get some different maps in there. rather than the Zelnaga, the Shatter Temple, Metalopolis, the normal article. We are trying to throw in some MLG and CIG maps. The normal article. We are trying to throw in some MLG and CIG maps. The normal article. We are trying to throw in some.
Sorry about that, folks. Not sure where that other came in from. Sorry about that, folks. Not sure where that other came in from. Sorry about that, folks. Not sure where that other. Okay, I think we've got our sound issues set up now. Sorry about that. And we do see the lair coming up for LastMarine. Still only just one base. Banelings have come through. And we do have a lot of roaches blocking this ramp. So nothing's really going to be coming in. And still no upgrade to the hatchery yet. Nothing in lair, so those roaches are going to be a little slow. And really still no queen coming out of this second expansion yet, which is really surprising. And if we take a look, still pretty close on the harvester count. A bunch more do come out for LastMarine. He's got 32 to 25, but there is still only just one base. So he has a lot of drones inside this, just mining out of one base. He does have a spire coming up, but this natural would be in a pretty good spot for him. He does need to get that out. There are, like I said, just a lot of drones inside here. We do see the evolution chamber going down, true to form. So he will be able to plant spore crawlers in case there is any sort of air units that do come out and try to pick at this mineral line. And really hasn't seen much inside this base. And here he does come with roaches. And I don't think, let's take a look at the units tab. Not a lot of units for LastMarine. With all these roaches coming in, he may be able to do some damage with that, even though he does have some Mutalisks coming out. Even when they hit roaches, they don't do a lot of damage. So roaches can actually be pretty effective if they brush off the Mutalisks and just keep attacking. And we can see he does look there. He knows there's no expansion here, so he's going to move straight in. He's going to take out the first spine crawler very quickly. A couple of banelings do hit, but 2 or 3 banelings aren't going to do that much. He's going to take out the Zerglings very quickly, and also he's going to go straight for the drones. He's trying to stay out of the way of this spine crawler here. Let's see, he's going to start hitting the queen now. Yes, the queen does go down, and it looks like he's going to start going for this other spine crawler. And at the same time, he's also trying to hit the spire. No, he does avoid the spire for right now. Not very many. He's only 3 units left, but he does knock out a lot of those drones. And he wiped out about 10 or 12 of those drones. And we can see that the spine crawlers have gone down very quickly. He's got 2. No, he does have 3 in a wide arc on his main. Queen is here. And did he get his queen on this one yet? No, still queen on this hatchery, but it is starting to build. The Mutalisks do come in, and they're going to see a spore crawler very quickly. And the queen moves up as well, too. So this may not be a large attack. If he can get... No, there is no transfuse. So he does pick off one of those spore crawlers. And it looks like he's going to go around and start picking off some overlords if he can see any. Another spore crawler being built. Another Mutalisk, and 4 Zerglings are coming out. But unfortunately, I just don't think there's going to be a lot of resources. Let's take a look at the resource tab. Yep. Looks like Zergling does have a substantial mineral collection than LastMarine does. But he's not building any additional units for mining. So let's see if he can catch up. While at the same time, Zergling is building a lot more drones, so he's trying to drone up as hard as he can. Queen does spawn, and he is getting his fast overlord movement, which is really good whenever you have air units out on the field. Although he is supply capped right now. So he is going to have to build more, and he does build 2 more. Looks like all but one of Zergling's overlords have been removed from the field. So that air superiority is no more. Although he is getting Roach upgrade. They are going to be moving a lot faster, which is also going to be good against these attacking roaches. He can get into their base sooner. But he has started his first expansion, which is going to be in the gold. But he's going to need more drones, and still not producing drones yet, although you can see he is getting his hatchery and a couple of more. And roaches are trying to kill off these Zerglings. He does take down one of the queens. Spore crawlers are punching at these Mutalisks, but unfortunately they're not able to do very much, and he is going to respond to that with a Hydralisk Den. LastMarine does start poking in, and let's see if he got... Yes, he did get a look at the Hydralisk Den, so he knows it's there. No upgrades. Even though we do have this evolution chamber, still no upgrades have been completed yet for Zergling, and at the same time, I don't think we have any as well. No, still none for LastMarine as well either. Zergling's still just sitting here thinking there's not an expansion. He's got to think that there is probably one somewhere. And nothing currently being built for LastMarine. Let's take a look at the income tab one more time. Yes, still a pretty large advantage, both in minerals and in gas for Zergling. And if we look at the amounts, if you look in the upper right-hand corner here, there's 1,100 minerals that Zergling is floating as well, too. And he's just waiting. Yeah, he tries to get a lot of roaches all here at one time. LastMarine's floating around, scouting around with his Mutalisk. He knows those Hydralisks are coming out, and they almost have groove spines almost completed. And lots of Banelings coming in as well, too. Banelings do a pretty good job against Hydras, and he does take out those that Overlord. And you notice how much slower they go over the creep than they do just on land. So it's important to spread out that creep as much as he can if he wants to keep those Hydras moving very quickly. In come the Zerglings. No, he does pull out. Zerglings and Banelings starting to come back in now. And Zergling is trying to retreat from these Banelings. He's trying not to get surrounded by these Zerglings. He does a pretty good job of keeping from the surround. But Zergling comes in with the roaches as well and eats those Banelings. He shields himself from those. And now it looks like he is going to move in for the attack. But he's going to pick off an Overlord first. Why not when you have it for free? Maybe he'll pick off a few of these Zerglings as well too. And LastMarine is supply blocked right now. He was able to get a couple of Zerglings out, but he is having to build another Overlord. He's going to have to build another one pretty quickly, or he will become supply capped yet again. And Zergling does lose his Overseer. And now he is moving in. He's going to take... No, he hasn't taken out that Spine Crawler yet. He's worried about these Zerglings for right now. Zerglings do a pretty good job against roaches, especially if they get in close. They can't spit. They start using their claws. But they did pull off for just a second. He was able to start spewing with his lava. I'm sorry, his acid. But LastMarine is going to clean that up with his Zerglings and his Mutalisks. And he has started producing on his gold here. Let's take a look at our income tab. Still a little bit of a supply advantage for Zergling, but if he gets more drones in, he will be able to balance that out pretty quickly. Roach is still incoming for Zergling, while at the same time we have more Mutalisk and Banelings coming in, so he's going to stick with that plan for right now, even though there's a lot of roaches on the field. And he's going to pop another one of these Overlord bubbles, and again he is supply blocked. He does spot that hatchery now, starts going in for it. However, at the same time, LastMarine moves back and tries to get more of these Banelings coming out, but I think he's going to lose this hatchery whenever that does. LastMarine has to be very careful here. He loses one of those Banelings that was in the morphing process. And Zergling is moving further along. He has started his +1 missile upgrade, so every one of these units will benefit from that. And if you look at the supply count now, it's 144 to 53, so a large supply count for Zergling. He's blocking that ramp to make sure that none of these Hydralisks get hit. And I just don't think there's a lot of units, and there's the GG from LastMarine. Zergling takes round number 1.